My God, it could not be any worse for Aston Martin. The team that was supposed to be the dream moment for them, the Newey, Alonso, Honda, all supposed to happen at the same time, and then look where they are. Nowhere. They came up with the most radical design really out of any of the teams, but the car is very difficult to drive. Lots of locking up we've seen from Stroll and Alonso throughout the first test in Bahrain, and then earlier today, Lance Stroll locked up at the end of a straight, crashing into the gravel and losing more valuable mileage and time. Now, while this locking, you think maybe up to the car design, it's probably more up to the problems with the engine they've had. With the new rules this year, teams need to recharge much more under braking, and that's become a lot more difficult for the drivers now with these new rules set. Unfortunately for Aston Martin, if they cannot solve their battery problems immediately, it's really going to lead to problems all over the car. The pessimism is real for them. Lance Stroll suggesting they are 4.5 seconds off the pace. Maybe not as much as that, but Pedro Della Rosa, their test driver, also confirmed this Stroll logic. Fernando Alonso's also pointed out that they were late to the Barcelona test, and that's put them on the back foot throughout compared to the rest of the field. The team is also designing their own in-house gearbox for the first time, as well as having a works engine effectively, and this takes a while to get used to. It also must be said that Adrian Newey, while he is a magician it seems, does take a while to get it going. It usually takes around 20 months for him to really get going in car design, and he's now been there for a year officially. And that has meant that this hype train that has followed Aston Martin for the last while is kind of dying down very quickly. The combination of the most successful engine manufacturer of the last 5 years with the most successful F1 designer of all time hasn't really worked. And why is this? Well, it could be just some of the reasons I just suggested, but it's probably more down to Fernando Alonso luck. 14 years in a row, he just does no luck wherever he goes, and the team need to realize they need to get rid of him before the season starts to salvage this season. Replace him with Pedro Della Rosa, replace him with Lawrence Stroll, it doesn't matter. The real problem with the team as well, this is not a particularly winning team. They haven't won a race in 5 years, and they've never been a front of the grid team, even though they keep trying to be. So it's very hard in modern Formula 1 to break the top 4 teams' dominance of the sport. And Honda are effectively starting over from scratch all over again because they are effectively away from the sport. Red Bull were just using their own powertrains along with Honda, and Honda weren't really developing them. This, of course, leaves the team with absolutely no hope. It seems that they were hoping on signing Max Verstappen for next year or so. Alonso has said there's no quick fix, given that the engines and other chassis problems are related to each other. This is going to take a while. Well, there is a quick fix. It might be getting rid of his luck. The third test is crucial for them, as mileage has been limited, and so Stroll's off today, which gives them very limited mileage again. It's sort of just another backward step for them as they try to catch up with the other midfielders. While this guy's bad luck is killing the team, I don't think they're going to be the slowest. I think pretty obviously going to be Cadillac. They are going to be, I'd say, fighting for Q1. Owens might get out, but it looks to be lower midfield, it seems, for Aston Martin right now. And that is a huge disappointment for the current personnel that they have. Should improve, but a 1 year write-off might be okay for Lance Stroll because he's probably secured the team for the next 20 years. For Fernando Alonso at mid-40s, probably not. A 1 year write-off is not so good.